Hello everyone, Wise Gamer here, and today we're going to be discussing moving as a team in Insurgency for our Tactics 101 video. I'm filming here with Fraptastic Gaming as well as Sergeant Cookie, some guys I met a while ago on Insurgency, and they're pretty good with their tactics. So Fraptastic is the point man, he's in the front here, and you notice that he's crouching. So anytime you're in the front, you're going to want to make sure that you're crouching so you can kind of cover that front direction there. The second man's going to be kind of covering out to the side, whether it's the right or the left, and or pointing forward with the point man to cover over his shoulder. And then finally the third guy, which is Sergeant Cookie in this case, he's covering the whole 180 degrees, covering the 6. So the idea is that as he's firing down there, so he can kind of cover the front range, and then Sergeant Cookie back here, the back guy, he can cover the whole back area. And then as the second guy in line, in this case we have 3 people, I can either shoot over his shoulder like this. So I stand up, and while he's crouching and aiming down sights, he can shoot and I can shoot over his shoulder. Or when we were moving, which we'll see in a few minutes and everything too, he's going to pan right and I can still shoot over his shoulder as he covers one of the openings on the right. And then I can cover the right side while he's covering my front. And the whole idea here is you need to rely on your team. So any movements, as I talked about last time, everything needs to be one movement with the whole team. So Fraptastic's here in the front, and like I said, basically Cookie's going to be covering the 6, and I'm just kind of discussing it right now with them. So you can see he's right up on us right now. So Cookie's going to walk backwards and pretty much just kind of check over his shoulder every once in a while to see if we're moving. And we're going to let him know. So or Fraptastic, excuse me, is going to say moving. And as he moves, I'm covering downrange with him over his shoulder. So we got 2 guns facing forward. And then normally I wouldn't be looking back, but as you can see, he's going to start panning right to cover that. And I'm still covering in front of us. So if an enemy ran out right now, normally Fraptastic would get blown away, but he's covering the right side for me. And as he pans right forward again, we're going to switch. So Cookie followed us backwards basically. I would be aiming to the right, and Fraptastic would be aiming forward. So now that I'd be covering that doorway to the right, we're going to kind of switch off at the same time here, and I think we're talking about that right now. So he just covered that entryway to the right there that he let us know about, and in a second here he's going to switch. So it should be coming up. I'd be aiming again down there. So as he switched off to the left, I'm covering that doorway there, and that's what we're kind of doing there. And then Cookie, he's going to start covering that doorway, and I'm going to cover our 6 so his back's not exposed. And then again, he's going to start covering that doorway on the right. Fraptastic just said doorway right, just kind of letting us know on comms. So I'm covering that far doorway, and then eventually we'll start covering together. And now I'm sidestepping that door, and Z's covering, or Fraptastic, excuse me, is covering the front again. Cookie's covering our 6, and the whole time we're just kind of moving along this way here. So basically, like I said, you want to move as a team completely, and now we're just going to kind of stack up, and we got this doorway set up, so Cookie's going to cross across to the right side and make sure the left side's cleared. Now that we both know that those are cleared out a little bit, we can kind of make our movements, and the scene's going to switch in just a second here, and I'll show you kind of the next phase of how we move. So in this case, it didn't really jump that much actually, which is nice. So this is another movement type technique. It's kind of like a staggered column movement, I like to call it. So this is kind of, again, moving as a team. We have the first one, which is just like a stack column, and this is a staggered column. So Cookie is going to be in the very back there on the same side of the wall as me. He's the number 3 guy. Fraptastic's in the middle of us on the opposite side, which we can take a look at right there. And then I'm going to be the point man, and I'm going to be on the same side as Cookie. So the way this is working is basically with the 3 of us, we're on opposite walls, so we can each cover our own sectors. All 3 of us are going to move down the same line here, and we're staggered, so if we get hit by RPGs or anything like that, the entire team's not taken out at once. Or if there's a grenade or a Molotov in this game, any type of explosive for that matter, we're not going to get all blown up basically. And then I hit this corner here on the right side, so Fraptastic's clearing that corner for me right now. He's looking across my way. Cookie's looking over down the street for us, so you can see that. And then now that I can see that his corner's clear, so Fraptastic's going to flip a UE real quick, and I'm going to turn in here, and we're going to sweep this out at the same time, all the while Cookie is aiming down the alleyway. So there we go. So I'm clearing this out. He just cleared that doorway. So now I'm back around, and I'm going to get back in the front here, and I'm going to walk all the way to the corner, clearing the left side. Then Fraptastic's going to meet me, and he's going to be clearing my right so I can see around that corner. And this is basically because of the angle that you're viewing everything in right now. So Cookie just swept that side while Fraptastic covered him. Then Frap's going to move up here again to be the number 2 guy for me. So I'm telling him to move up right now, just saying that we're in position. So as I'm covering out here, so the angle that I have on the left side is way better than Fraptastic would if he was on that corner looking left. So he's going to clear out to the right for me. He says it's clear. So I'm going to go ahead and step out and around. And as he covers around that left side there, I'm going to sprint down here and he's going to move up with me to that truck. And we're both kind of covered there. And if you look back, Sergeant Cookie, as we look back in just a second here, he's covering that corner for us too. So the whole point is just, you know, trust your teammates, have good communication. And the whole time you just want to move as an entire element together. So with that, guys, if you guys have any questions at all or have any comments, leave them down below. We're going to kind of wrap up the video. I appreciate you guys watching. Next week, we're going to be talking about moving through stairwells and getting started with room clearing, but not entirely yet. Basically, room clearing is going to have to take its whole own episode. I'm going to make sure we have at least one more guy, if not two more people, so I can film it without being part of the team myself. And basically, these videos are a little hard to make because you can't make your own private server anymore unless you pay for hosting through Insurgency. They took that feature away. You got to pay like 99 cents or something. And it's not that I don't want to do that. It's just I don't really need a server other than the recording purposes. So again, hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you next week. We're going to be clearing stairwells, and then after that, we're going to do room clearing. So we have to clear out all the bad guys, make sure everything's clear, and then go and do the room clearing. So hope you guys enjoyed again. We'll see you next time. Thank you for watching, and subscribe if you haven't.